Hello again, and welcome to Music is Medicine Monday. My name is Amy Thiessen of In Resonance Coaching, and I'm here every week talking about voice, expression, communication, and of course, sharing music. Today, I am honestly just a bit jacked up. I'm a little bit stoked for a couple of reasons. One, Embodied Voice is open. Hallelujah, it is open. This 6-week program begins May 31st, and over this 6 weeks, we are going to dive into the embodiment of voice. And by this, I mean the nervous system and voice, the animalistic nature of voice, the power and psychology of devotion in allowing our voice. And of course, lots of singing, lots of toning, lots of stuff going on in there. So please, if you want to join me on a 6-week journey of just opening this mechanism of voice, this primal, this sweet, this powerful, this playful, this sensual, this exciting aspect of voice, I invite you to join me on that 6-week journey. And I will talk about it a little bit more at the end, but you can also just click the link and check it out for yourself. The other reason I'm a bit stoked today, I'm a bit fired up, is I was in a situation recently where I would talk and I was dismissed. And I would talk and I was dismissed. And then there were these kind of snide, patriarchal, just crappy remarks. And I got so angry. And the truth is, in the moment, I couldn't even catch it all. But after I sat with it, I realized how angry I was. And I don't know about you, but I have definitely disconnected from my anger in my life. It's felt unsafe. It feels wrong in some ways. I feel like I should be compassionate. But I know for myself that when I allow the anger, when I allow it to not tear things down, but build my strength up, build the world up, that it actually allows me to be more compassionate and more understanding. Because it gives me this line of a boundary. It gives me a clarity of what's mine and what I'm not taking. And when I have that boundary, then I can be compassionate. Then I can meet things with a clearer, calmer mind. But first, I need to know the feelings. And so today, I want to share with you a song I just wrote. And I kind of wrote it as a way to get everything out. And the focus this week is really unlocking our voice through the animal of voice. The animal of our voice. The guttural, primal, just of what is inside of us. And it's not about sounding pretty. It's not about hitting the right notes. It's not about doing things the way we should. It's about literally connecting to the voice of the animal, to that which is wild and free and open, to that which can be utterly beautiful, like a bird song in the morning, can be ancient, like a whale song, can be ferocious, like the growl of a jaguar or the howl of a wolf. And so in this song, this is a get it out song. So if you can, and you got some space, take some space. Hopefully you can be loud. If you can't, just feel it, even if you can't sing it. In the chorus, you're going to hear me just sing howl. And I'm basically going to howl it, okay? And I want you to join me. I want you to move that in your body and feel it. You know, something we don't often realize is that when we've been in a dissociative or a free state, when I'm like, oh, that's not safe, and I just stop, that often, when that starts to thaw, when we start to allow ourselves to go into it, it comes with anger, it comes with rage. And that's why sometimes we end up just saying stuff, and we're like, holy, I didn't mean to say any of that. That's when we're not connected to it. But if we can connect to the feeling of it, if we can feel it moving from our pelvis and our womb and our hearts, and if you don't have a womb, cool, here, if you can feel it moving through you and feel connected to it, it's like you're calling back the intelligence of this animal, of this physical body that was made from the intelligence of a cosmos that I can't fathom. And so today I want to call that back. And this song right now, working title, is called The Call of the Animal. this voice caged like an animal. Don't speak up, don't rage, it's unacceptable. Hold your tongue, you need to be presentable. But this feeling inside is insurmountable. And I'm not here to play inside your patriarch, to bite my tongue, step back and take your crass remarks, to play it safe, afraid that I might make a wave. Maybe this voice is the gift God gave. I bow to the wisdom of the animal, this ancient sounds, the breath and the wild call. My body, my heart, my voice, I bring it all. This is the call of the animal. Break the cage, release the animal. Know your strength, your voice is undeniable. It's in your soul, your bones, but indescribable. Take the stand and pray like an animal. Break the cage. 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 All the feelings, holy. Oh, I like it. I'm gonna leave it raw as it is, and I hope that gave you some oomph in your day. So, what I want to talk to you guys about today is how do we unlock the animal of our voice? And I mean the animal. I mean the part of us that have evolved over millions and millions of years. Because inside of our brain, inside of our nervous system, we carry this kind of patterning of evolution. And when we can connect, not to sounding good, not to being heard, not to any of that, nothing external, nothing about what somebody thinks you sound like, or if they judge you, or all of that. What happens in our voice, and this is, it's actually kind of shocking. What happens in our voice is it literally becomes caged into what's acceptable. Paul Newham, I think he speaks to how women tend to miss an entire section of their voice that exists. And it's missed largely because of social conditioning. It's missed because sounding like this and getting angry and being big isn't allowed. And so when we talk about embodying the animal of the voice, I'm talking about a lot. Right? I'm talking about how do we embody the animalistic feelings and express them. You know, when I was howling, when I was kind of growling there, that probably wasn't my prettiest singing, but it wasn't about that. It was about just, letting it out. And when we start to become more comfortable with these sounds, this doesn't mean you need to go and sing to your friend like this or anything like that. But when you become more comfortable with the sounds, you start to open these mechanisms in your voice. When we start to feel different energy, we open different mechanisms of our voice. And I know you know this because you can hear a singer who is technically amazing, and you can hear a singer who isn't as technically good, but feels everything, and you can feel the difference. Right? You feel the difference. And so there's two sides to this mechanism of voice. There's like this wild, uncontrollable, fluid, powerful, passionate, awakened, quiet, tiny, sad, insecure, all of that, right? There's very like feminine, moving, malleable. And then there's technique, and then there's skill that helps us to kind of merge these things together. But allowing ourselves to play, and I do mean play in the playground of our voice, with sounds like an animal, we start to unlock aspects of our voice, feelings, experiences, memories that we didn't even know we were hanging on to. And we start to transmute them until eventually and over time, more and more, this dance between kind of the technical, and I'll even say maybe the more rational and intelligent, mentally aspect, can come more into the intuitive and the wild, and they start to merge into a free and more full expression. So for today, I mean, listen back to this track, sing, get with it. I'm also going to share a blog about how we can start to embody and utilize the voice of the animal. Not only to, expand our singing voice, but to expand our presence, our ability to be in a space, our ability to own who we are, and to work with the mechanisms of our nervous system, our fight, our fright, our freeze, to actually use the animal as a metaphor for understanding ourselves. Yeah? So that blog, I'm hoping, will be out tonight, but it might take a day or two, and I might post it on my Facebook. You're now knowing, if you didn't know, these are pre-recorded so that I can do the sound properly, but always recorded on the same day. All right, embodied voice, guys. Embodied voice is open. So I'm gonna talk about this a ton over the next couple weeks. You are gonna see probably a bunch of advertisements, all of that. But what is embodied voice? Embodied voice is the foundation to our communication. If I am uncomfortable with a sensation, my ability to communicate becomes limited, right? So if, let's say, I don't want to be vulnerable, then I just go up into my head and I'm not going to do that, right? If I don't feel like I can have this ownership, this self-ownership, then I might talk up here because it's just easier, and I might upspeak. Or if I'm used to being kind of held down in my voice, your opinion doesn't matter, your words don't matter, your no doesn't matter, God knows your emotions don't matter. If that's happening, then I become more and more tight. So in embodied voice, what we're going to do is really work both powerfully and gently, if that makes sense. So there's places for you to be really big and really loud, but there's also so much space for you not to be. So how we work through embodied voice is over 6 weeks. Every week, every Monday, you're going to get a video about what the week kind of entails. You're going to get exercises. You're going to get audio support so you can kind of keep it. And this audio is curated for the practices. And then you can go into those practices and you can go into the worksheets and all of that early, or you can wait until our session on Wednesdays. And our Wednesday session is from 6 to 8 with some time either end if you have questions. And in that, we're going to go through experiential journeys of voice and sensation. So really understanding the feeling of the body, the feeling of expression, and having that time to be in a community where you will be heard and where we can hear each other and we can respect each other. And we can also set our own boundaries really, really clearly. Yeah? And that's going to entail a lot of exercises, a lot of like practical movement and voicing, as well as vocal hygiene and a bunch of things in there. But in addition to all of that, of course, we'll sing in the group programs, but there's 2 concerts that I'm going to run, Sounds of Devotion and Sounds of Celebration. Okay, these are going to be interactive concerts where I got all the loop pedal gear, and we're going to sing together. And I know for those of us in Calgary, we're like, but it's online. I am hoping and I am praying this is going to work. But I'm keeping the numbers for this program small. I'm going to do the concerts outside so we can social distance as long as weather's permitting. We're going to have to be a little bit flexible on this, but it's live and in person. So you can come and you can sing and you can be outside as long as we are allowed to. I'm going to be watching AHS, but as long as that's all going to be allowable, then we get to sing. It's another reason why I pushed it a little bit further, because I want us to be able to gather. And if it is allowable, if we are able to kind of meet and be outside in groups, then for those of you who are in Calgary who want to be in person, as long as weather's permitting, I am happy to run our interactive things in a way where it can be live and in person, okay? I just want to keep that open. So, embodied voice. It's coming, it's here. I am really, really excited about it. I'm feeling quite a lot of energy right now, so it's hard to get my words really clean, but I am beyond excited for this program. So I hope that you can join me, and if you can't, I hope that you can join me in the future. For those of you who are interested in the Rise in Resonance program, it's not gone, it's transmuted. So the Rise in Resonance program, which was 6 weeks, which I ran last year, which talked about embodied voice and devotion and singing, which is all in that part, also talked about connected communication and leadership. What I've done is actually take it apart, and I'm doing 6 weeks just on embodied voice, just on sound and breath and connecting the two, working with the psychology of devotion to create space for our voice. Really just the inner world of voice. There's some outer, but quite inner. Then I'm going to do a 6-week program called Connected Communication. That is going to take another section from Rise in Resonance and really open it. So how do we take an embodied voice and use it to communicate effectively? How do we deal with language? How do we deal with conflict? How do we deal with people that maybe can't or won't hear us? How do we recognize when we can't or won't hear somebody else? So that'll come up in a few months. I'll pass more information on that. There will also be a third 6-week one called Evolved Expression, which is all based on leadership, facilitation, content creation, all of that kind of stuff. Okay, I think I've spent my voice because I've been practicing this all day. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you guys don't mind that it was completely raw, but it seemed perfect for what it is. And I will see you guys probably sooner than next week, because I'm sure I'm going to do some Facebook Lives to talk about Embodied Voice. Thank you. You are awesome. I love you all, and I will see you soon. Thanks.